Let's put it right down towards the back bend now, Fitz. There are a few.
We're at Andretti's, and I'm here for the fastest dad competition. I'm pretty sure my dad is out in Minnesota working on the car. I know he's trying a few things, going to fix the wiring issue we had. I know that Sean's sending us a new steering rack for our Honda, so should have everything good and ready to go for the next race. So, and what better to do than get some racing in? Well, it's about 5 a.m. I'm leaving Caleb's house in Minnesota, head towards Crandon. So it's going to take me about 4 hours. So a little bit early, kind of a long drive this time. I guess really not that much longer. It's only about 30 minutes more than going to Antigua. But it's raining now here. As far as I can tell, it's raining there as well. So it might rain all day. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's good and the track is in good shape and you should get to drive. But I know they had some pretty bad storms yesterday and maybe last night even. I know my sister said that they had gotten hail and everything. They've been out there since yesterday. I think they've been out there actually since Wednesday. I think they went out there and camped outside the park and everything and waited to get in. So I know they had to help some people with the tow truck get in because it was kind of wet already before this last rain and stuff, so it's hard to say what it's going to be like out there. Qualifying went well. We ended up second place, a couple seconds off Owen though, so we got to figure out how to get a little more speed or something for tomorrow if we're gonna have a chance of winning this thing. But racing is different than qualifying, so I'm happy with how we did today. So George did some tweaking on the shocks. We changed the spring rate in the back. I had the front end bottom out once over the barn jump, so George got to look at that and see if the shock's blowing through or what's going on. I don't know exactly, but it definitely was very violent once, and I want to fix that to where tomorrow I can hit it as hard as I want, not have to worry about that. So I can definitely gain a little bit of time there as well. I beat CJ by like a 10th, so not by much. So it's going to be some good racing tomorrow. I think it's going to be very tight. So I'm looking forward to giving it a go. the camera is a little foggy for me inside the AC. But I want to show this rock that we found in the back tire. After that, it's a pretty good sized rock. Finally stopped raining. It's been raining for the last 2 hours out here. So kind of got a little bit of a mess, but they pushed all the races back to 12. So instead of starting at 9:50, first race is going to be at 12. So my race is a little later in the day, so it's going to be good regardless. Probably going to be running SC1s. Come to find out, Owen, who ran the fastest qualifying time, he was on SC1s, from what I understand. So I think because of that, I'm going to definitely give that a try, see how that is. So we didn't get the Hoosiers figured out yet, but we're still going to work on that. But yeah, so the sun's coming out. I think it's going to be a really nice day, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, this next race is going to be pretty cool here. They have that land rush start, but you're already 3/4 away to turn number 1, so it's all about that start here, especially at Crandon.
Quick check-in with the pro stock side-by-side point standings. Remember, pros running 15 rounds this year, all concluding at Glen Helen late in September. And don't forget, we talked about Crandon being higher stakes. That's because Crandon and the Forest County Potawatomi community have put in a bunch of extra money into the racer's purse, both pro and sportsmen. $82,000 of extra money on top of what they already make from Champ Off-Road. $32,000 total on the line in the Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup race. That's the grand finale tomorrow afternoon.
Well, here we go. The yellow flag up in the air. They go down. Here goes the green flag. They fly. We're underway. Here in pro stock, side-by-side, already a little contact.
5-6 cars wide, trying to funnel down into 2 lanes. Looks like Owen Van Emperen's going to pull the whole shot. It's Van Emperen, Boodle, Truitt, Reeves, Colin Kearns. So a couple of Yamahas and 3 Polaris in the top 5 as they go through turn 2.
Man, the work that this track crew has done, they just give each and every driver such a great layout. Bonsaiing off that flyaway jump here in Crandon once again.
So the race didn't go as planned on Saturday. Saturday we had a decent starting position. I think we were 5th. We were next to between Owen and CJ. Did not get a very good jump. The Honda doesn't take off very good. I'm gonna try something different today, see if that works better. But got an okay jump. Was able to move to the inside. Had a good clean start. We were on SC1s. They watered the track really heavy before us. I mean, we sat on the line for at least 20 minutes. I feel like that's not an exaggeration. We sat there forever. And they laid a lot of water down, and it was so slick at the beginning. Took a long time for the track to come in, and at that point, on the restart, I was in, I think, 7th or 8th or something, and I was planning on, all right, my tire's gonna be better, I'm gonna start attacking, here we go. Get to the restart, drop the flag, floor it, I shift up, doesn't shift up, stays at first. I go to shift again, hit the button again, stays at first. So I got full off out of the way, I kind of get bumped a little bit by people, understandably. I actually end up reaching over, putting it in automatic, just trying to see, okay, maybe the switch broke. And that happens on these every once in a while, maybe the switch messed up. Hit it automatic, no change. For it, nothing. Stays in first, just hit the rev limiter. I end up looking down and seeing where the gear is on the factory cluster, where it's a dash. That usually means something with the neutral safety switch doesn't like it, or it's stuck in gear, or what, I don't know. So I had to pull off track, shut the car off, turn it back on, got going again. I was way off everybody. At that point, I knew it was just a time trial, basically, for me, trying to get a good qualifying time for today. I laid it out, ran some really good times. I think my very last lap was my fastest, and I ran 2nd fastest time, not far off Owen, a little faster than CJ. So that put me 2nd fastest lap time. They pulled invert 2, so I mean I'm starting on the inside today, first spot, so that's a plus. So I'm running bites today, brand new set of bites. Dad spent a ton of time grooving them for me. So I think we're in a good spot for today. Again, my goal is to get out there, get on the podium, and just having a good run, and just getting through those crazy jumps and not having any wrecks or problems. So, like I said, I'm looking forward today, seeing what we can do, and hopefully I can bring home some hardware. I got up early this morning so I can go and spot for Miyakato. He was running the Pro-Am Turbo.
when I was asked to spot for her. We had to scramble at the beginning. We had an issue with the battery not charging, so Tim, their main mechanic over there, he booked it over, got a new battery, got it put in while we're on the starting line, basically while they're doing podiums, trying to rush get us. So, I mean, Tim does an awesome job over there.
We're underway here, and Pro-Am Turbo going through Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1.
Man, looked like Worcester Barth didn't get that great of a start, kind of lagged a little bit. It'll be Ben Heiting in the number 09 leading him into turn 2. Heiting, Schroeder. Whoa, we got one going over.
Oh, big rollover, Shane,
My
early
goodness,
again.
Hard hit on the roof. That's Miyacato.
And he landed right on that K-rail, right on the frame. That was a hard hit.
Yeah, you good? Talk to me.
I am okay.
Okay, making sure you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty awesome.
We're gonna take another look at this thing. Wow, no help at all though, it looked.
Man, and Naven stuffed the wall hard behind her, and I got to think Naven's car a little bit beat up as well after that. I didn't see him continue on.
Man, you just see the head bobbing in that car when she hits that rail.
Like I said, it's the falling from 6 or 8 feet up in the air and landing on the roof. That's the impact. The belts will dig in places you didn't know that they could. Back here once again, the day winding down here in round 6 for AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt. And Pro Stock side-by-side coming up next. They did a pretty minimal track prep, just put down some water.
Wait for it, failed, raise that yellow flag. Slowly drop it, and at any given time he can throw that green. There they go.
Pro Stock side-by-side round 6 underway. Looks like Kirchmeier got a really good start from the inside of that front row. He will lead the field, including Owen Van Emperen right behind him down into turn 2.
Man, look at the cars in this field. Look at Owen Van Emperen just backing it in, going way too wide.
Man, Boodle came in backwards as well down to the gravel pit. We got one going around. That is Michael Bruhl, the number 77. Yeah, Van Emperen doesn't want to waste any time, though.
No, look at all that dry dirt down on that inside. The water truck missed a big spot, so they're going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, that'll kind of dictate where everybody runs here in the early going. Van Emperen now on the outside of Kirchmeier through the Brunt sweeper. Not able to get it done there either, but you can tell he has no time to be patient. He just wants to be out front.
Yeah, he closed the door on him twice, just waiting for it for Owen Van Emperen. He's going to try to be methodical and try to make the pass at the right given time. He's got a car almost going around.
Yeah, Colin Truitt, the number 17, to make a big correction there just to stay pointed the right direction. David Gay in that 4th spot. CJ Greed's up into the top 5.
And see Fitzgerald in the 6th spot as well. What do you see, Shane?
Well, Van Emperen trying that way outside entry. He's going to try to dive underneath. Kirchmeier might have made a little wheel-to-wheel contact there. Van Emperen is going to get it done. Owen Van Emperen now out front.
Yeah, that's scary for the rest of the field this early.
Hey, everybody remembers what happened in round 5. Got out front, flew away from everybody.
A lot of racing left though, over 9 minutes to go in this race. Owen bonsaiing off, getting down into that dry section. Staying tight to that K-rail where you want to be.
Come to the halfway point. Owen Van Emperen had opened up a 3-second lead over Cross Kirchmeier. Van Emperen also just ran a 110.8. Took over a second off his previous fastest lap. Actually, Boodle, who didn't waste any time on that restart, sliced his way past Kirchmeier through turn 2, and now Jeff Boodle in second. Maybe we'll see if he can bring his Polaris up toward the Yamaha of Owen Van Emperen.
Boy, Boy, Kirchmeier goes really, really wide on the outside. CJ Greaves still holding on to that spot. He's trying to drive back alongside.
Yeah, Kirchmeier staying right there. You'll still have that inside line coming into Calamity. Greaves trying to run the cushion, bury that speed. Kirchmeier moves over right in front of Greaves. Nice job playing defense there.
Yeah, he sealed the deal right there. Makes him wait another corner. CJ Greaves trying to wait for Kirchmeier to maybe go a little bit wide here on entry, but he's been doing whatever he needed to do to stay up front. He's looking really quick in that 75. Now he's hunting down Budo.
Yeah, trying to get that spot back. Yeah, staying just a couple feet apart. Looks like Kirchmeier has a really nice run down the front straightaway. Kirchmeier will be on the inside as they head to turn 2. Staying in that throttle, and man, powers right on by Jeff Boodle.
Oh, CJ knows he's coming up towards the white flag. He's going to pull every trick out of his hat that he can here. Got to try to one-up the position you're at right now, especially not being on the podium at all this season.
And Kirchmeier's just playing perfect defense. Kirchmeier's just been running the bottom all the way around here. Sounds like they might be coming up on some lap traffic as well. There's Owen Van Eperen at number 5. It's a clean race for him. Got out front pretty early in this one after Kirchmeier pulled the whole shot.
Yeah, he's looking to sweep the whole weekend. He still has one more race under his belt today. And look at that flip-flop, CJ Greaves.
Yeah, Greaves now up into second. And Kirchmeier did all he could to play defense and hold him off. Finally, CJ able to get it done and move into second. Saw just a glimpse of Van Eperen though off in the distance.
Yeah, he just went by again one more time to the gravel pit for all 3 of these drivers. Kirchmeier now
setting up a little bit outside. Greaves doesn't want to let him have the bottom. It's a little open down there.
They're going to be side by side. It's going to be a drag race here to finish.
Oh, look at that speed by Kirchmeier. Meanwhile, Owen Van Eperen going to take the checkered flag here.
Watch CJ Greaves. He'll get hard on the binders and try to just keep him behind him. Yeah, he did the block pass down on the bottom. Smart driving.
So Greaves able to keep the door closed in that battle for second. Spirited run, though, by Kirchmeier to finish on the podium.
Cross Kirchmeier. Cross, your drive was a highlight in and of itself. So what do you have to say for yourself for this performance and your ability to fight all the way to the end?
Man, I have a crew that's worked so hard all weekend. You know, we've kind of fought some issues at Antigo, and my dad's been working a ton on the car. He does so much stuff on that thing. We got to kind of dial back in, and we're able to give a fight this time.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is Cross Kirchmeier P3.
I was able to actually get a good start for once. We did some kind of testing, and I tried to do launch control, but it's not letting it engage. So I'm able to load the car up a little bit more with the brake, and I didn't do any practice or testing on it for Saturday's race, and it obviously kind of backfired, and I did not do good at all on my launch. But Sunday, we got a good jump. I was able to actually get the whole shot, you know, and I was running those bites. Dad had made me a brand new set of bites, improved them, and they worked really well. Towards the end, car started getting a little hot again. Obviously lasted a lot longer than it had in the past, but still having a little bit of issue there, and my last lap time was like a second slower than my other laps, and that was a lap that CJ was able to get around me. So, I mean, CJ made an awesome pass on me, honestly. I didn't really see him until he was already next to me. So when he got me, he put it in there and it worked great. So I tried to mount an attack back in gravel pit, and I got next to him going over the Polaris jump, but wasn't able to make anything stick going into Calamity. So the race went well. I can't complain. Back on the podium. That's been my goal, is just, hey, let's just try to keep it on the podium as much as we can. And we've been battling issues the last 3 races, and it's kind of put a little bit of a damper on a lot of our team here, but, you know, getting back on there before we go into ERX is definitely good. A little bit of redemption from Crandon from when I came in 2023, and I missed out on my opportunity on the podium, so can't really complain about this weekend. We're going to be leaving 4th in points, just 2 points out of 3rd. I want to specifically thank George. George, he rebuilt my shocks and changed springs, stuff on them before I got here for Crandon, because this stupid barn jump is gnarly. My shocks are awesome. George has my shocks awesome. it still ain't smooth. It is rough. So I can only imagine if I didn't have George, by my side working with me, we would not be where we are either. So huge thanks to him. The crew, G3 has been a great support for me out here working with me. ARD being out here this time, nice having them. That's where I had all my second dinners. I was with them there. They cooked. I was able to eat there. That was nice. So overall, we're looking forward to the next one. We're still in this thing, at least for the top 3 for the year. So again, super happy with how things are going, and see you at the next one.
Now it's 2.6 seconds, so CJ almost 4 seconds quicker.
Wow, if he can shear off a little bit here, he'll be within a couple corners of Kincaid, and boy, is Keegan struggling to run that cushion.
As they go into Cowboy Corner, CJ right up against that dirt berm, trying to plant that truck on the cushion.
Well, Crandon, if you're watching on Flow at Home, get on your feet. This is it, the final lap, the final time through Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. It's Keegan Kincaid and CJ Graves.
Just a couple corners to go. Can Kincaid hold on? The underdog Pro 2 trying to win at his hometown track.
Remember, the Pro 4s can go wherever they want. They can go outside, they can go inside, but watch it drive. Keegan's playing just every bit of defense as he can, but watch CJ go to the bottom. He backs it in.
Yeah, Kincaid trying to run that cushion. Oh, they're driving up on one another. They spin out and they're collected.
They're parked.
They're stuck together. Can they get unhooked?
I don't
And
know.
Who is in third
Who's
place?
In third? It looks like Kyle Cheney.
They're still stuck together, both of them just standing on the throttle right now, trying to get unstuck.
Man, if you can
Is
see
Kyle
the
Cheney going
goosebumps
to
on
be
my
the
arm.
underdog winner here?
I don't know. That was your pick. Keegan Kincaid.
They're all going to
spins
get back
around.
going. It's
Now
a
they all
traffic
make
jam. My
contact.
goodness.
What is going on?
CJ, now
Keegan
Cheney
Kincaid.
drives up the back of CJ. Keegan comes out with the lead.
Look at this. Keegan Kincaid, one final time. Your hometown boy. The Lucas Oil back four. Gonna
now
get
Cheney
the job
gets in the
done.
back of him.
Oh.
Cheney's going to push him across the line. What in
is
the
going
world?
on? This is crazy, Crandon.
Absolute mayhem.
One of the best cup races in history. Unbelievable.
What in the world did we just watch?